Like, do you time how long you do that?
No, I just kind of drag it.
Sometimes I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm sick of this damn song. Here we go.
So we're going to drop the green on episode 15, which is, it's got to be the Shane Mill in the truck series.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the Shane Mill episode.
It's hard to beat done in shots, though. I mean, 15. Shotsy.
Well, I was just saying, since we had Shane on the show.
Oh, we should have done shots.
Yeah.
We trying to church it up this week.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
We're going to slow roll the bottom.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Alexander in the 15.
Yeah, we're just going to roll around the bottom. We're not going to
Roger Krause in a 15.
We're not going to get up around the fence and let her rip and, be hitting the chip and everything like that. We're not going to beat the quarter panel off of it. We're just going to nice and easy around the berm.
Didn't Michael Waltrip win the Daytona 500 in the 15?
Yeah, very sad day. But he did win the 500.
Well, what about the next one?
He won another one. Yep.
That's right.
So, here we are back again. We have got...
It turns out I like the number 15.
What?
I don't know. I like number 15. This is our 15. All right, go ahead.
I mean,
yeah, I mean.
So,
dude, I didn't know y'all. First of all, that's some shit that happened a long time ago. Yeah, I mean.
That's like 2012.
Wait, I mean.
Well, I'm talking about when we started putting it on Facebook all the time.
Oh, yeah, but like, dude, we were walking around. We went down to that, the Bigley Memorial.
Yeah.
I was walking a couple, like, I heard a few people say it. I was like, it's weird to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was just like, that's just what I say. I don't know.
Yeah. So, we don't have a guest lined up for this one, but it's still going to be a pretty fun one. We're going to do some end of the year awards, and we've got some pretty cool categories lined up that we're going to do. And then after that, we're going to get into I wouldn't say highly anticipated. It's highly anticipated by those who've heard the story before, but we're going to have another story time. I know you guys liked it when we did the Chili Bowl story, or the Chili Bowl saga.
Yeah, no, I hear a lot of shit about that one.
About Troy's first Chili Bowl experience. Well, this is going to be when Troy ran Bristol in the sprint car circa 2011, I think it was. And
I couldn't tell you that part. Maybe.
Well, there's your champion banner right there.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, 11. So we're going to get into story time after we do our year-end awards, our 2020 COVID year, the suckiest year, the worst year ever awards.
But these topics are better than the Teen Choice Awards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So basically the CMAs, the AMAs, MSNBC, they're all going to be, calling us to see how we came up with said topics. So
we might be hosting the Grammys next year.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I feel.
Might be hosting the Benchies.
Dude,
that's what these are. These are the Benchie Awards.
Yeah, we freestyling out here. It's off the top.
So, but we couldn't be able to be here tonight and bring you the Benchies without our great friends at Rage and Bull Racing Engines. And they don't even know about the Benchies, but guess what? They're going to love them. Surprise. Hey.
It's like the first day of Hanukkah.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're getting close. I mean, we're probably in Hanukkah or something right now.
I could probably drum up some trophies with a real cobbed up guy on the top. Like, I can make this happen.
Yeah, we're getting real.
As a matter of fact, whoever wins the Benchies, we're gonna send you a custom trophy.
We'll get you a trophy. Yeah.
Hey, they might not all match, but that's just what we got.
Yeah.
Next year, we're looking for a sponsor for next year's Benchies trophies.
Yeah, we're looking for most guys look for tire sponsors and fuel sponsors to go to the racetrack. We look for fuel sponsors, but it's just to go back and forth from his shop to my shop. As you can see, we didn't even mention that we're in a new setting tonight.
Yeah, hey, this is the Planet TDC.
We're in the home of TDC Shocks.
That's it. Hey, right here.
Yeah, so
Plant City. Plant City.
Chick.
Yeah, hey, that's where we at.
So basically, instead of
it's a little chilly in here because I got AC, I ain't got heat though.
So instead of masterpieces being performed behind the wall where we're usually at in the form of shirts, masterpieces are performed right here behind us in the form of shocks. So
that's the factory, dog.
So the Rage of Bull plug turned into the TDC plug.
Hey.
But so
looks like I was sponsoring a segment.
So here we go. Yeah.
Hey, it's more like a segment sponsoring me, but that's how I like it. That's how we do it, TD. Hey, people helping people. That's what we're about.
Yeah. So back to our guys that have been with us since day one.
Oh, you didn't even read the phone number. You wrote down this time, you cob.
We're kind of like if I had to put Raging Bull in a category of like a NASCAR sponsor, they're like Lowe's to Jimmy Johnson. They were with him right there to the end. And, you know, the last couple years they bailed on him, but they ain't bailed on us yet. So right now, Raging Bull Racing Engines is the Lowe's of podcast sponsors.
Hey, they led this thing green to checker.
Oh, yeah.
They ran, hey.
They set on the pole by 2/10.
Now, next year, we might have us a title sponsor. So, hey, but we can't forget where we came from.
Yeah.
Where you came from, where you're going, and where you're at.
Yeah.
I was Jimmy V's speech. I watched it a lot in the shower. It's weird.
Yeah. What? All right. So basically, in a nutshell, if you need any go-kart parts, if you need Daytona tires, you need Daytona prep, you need anything to go to the World Center of Racing here next week for the Daytona Dirt World Championships, the 8 millionth annual, make sure you give the guys at Raging Bull Racing a call. They're going to be there. I know Brandon's racing. Brian will be there doing some stuff. So, as always.
We're going to be there.
Oh, I'm going to be there. Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm going to be on a fence. I'm going to shave a 55 in my chest hair. Huh?
All right. I like that.
Hey,
I like that.
I only got 4 chest hairs, so it's going to be difficult, but we'll run it.
Yeah. So, as always, for a good time, call 863-944-4214. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, here it is, folks.
Well, hang on. Next year, Raging Bull, why don't y'all get one that's like 863, 123 bolt? Like, because Brian, I don't know if y'all watch, half the damn time they don't know who to. Luckily, we got the deal on the bottom. And I don't know, dude, can I press a button?
Yeah, go ahead. Press a button.
I don't know if y'all noticed. Watch out! I pulled the crossover on Brian. I'm on the right now.
Yeah.
It feels a little funny since new. Hey, he didn't know it. I needed to get to the top. That's where I'm at. So.
Well, you said it in the Chili Bowl story. It takes talent to run the bottom.
Yeah, I know. I've been running the bottom all year, but like now we in my home.
Yeah.
So I had to slide you. Now I'm at the top.
So you're ripping a lip.
I don't know. I felt like the bottom went away. Now we're in a cushion.
I think you might jump the cushion in the Bristol story.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm honestly like, I've never had to tell it on the spot. Like,
yeah.
So every time we got into it, it was, there was some beverage. Like we was talking, like it was some campfire. We was bench racing.
Yeah.
And
no microphone, no headsets.
It's a flagrant story. I mean, there's going to be some after hours cut episode we do, like when we do the next Shane meal and we have this, like there's going to be some bench racing or Bristol part 2.
Yeah.
This ain't for the kids, but there's enough in there. I think. Hopefully I can make this in one take and I don't have to, roll the backup out.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we want to do the Benchie categories?
Yeah, no, we're going to I had to think for a second. Yeah, we're going back to the Benchie categories.
See what happens. He ain't used to the bottom.
So basically,
that boy can't run the bottom. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Stupid ass boy.
No, I had to think where I was going with that. So, so back to the Benchies. So basically, we honestly came up with the Benchies.
Most bench racing topics 5 seconds ago.
Yeah. Oh, we came up with the topics before the show, but I actually come up with the word Benchies like in the middle of the show here.
No, that was a freestyle.
Yeah.
That was game time.
Off the dome, like Drake.
Yeah, no, that was game time. Yeah, you didn't have your phone out like Drake.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we were sitting here trying to come up with some stuff. We're like, man, we need some interesting stuff because I feel like a few little things have caught on, unbeknownst to us.
Right.
That's a fun word to say, beknownst.
Yeah.
No clue what that means.
Yeah. Sound like you read some books.
No, I seen it I stayed at Holiday Inn Express. Well, what we got is, you just want to start off, like, in no particular order. What we want you to do is we're just going to speed some categories out because this is the white flag of the year. We're going to have one more show, hopefully somewhere around Daytona. Maybe we'll do it at Daytona with Austin Yarborough live. Maybe at Hooters, Oh,
gosh.
Now I'm freestyling. Who knows? I'm just putting it out there.
No, Austin will have to go to bed, remember?
Yeah, he's got bedtime. He's got to get up. He's got to get up early for the driver's meeting. He's got to sit in the front row. He's got his shirt tucked in.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand somebody my transponder for all cart rolling because I'll still be at the La Quinta.
La Quinta. Hey,
I have a honey bun and a coffee, wishing I did make better life choices.
Or $59.99, and you get a N64 controller on the TV.
Oh God, I got a Daytona story. Oh my God.
Yeah, Daytona stories, but save them for Daytona because we got 3 for
Oh
Dale.
the Daytona story about the credit card and the damn N64 controller. That was a bad deal.
And
N64.
Hey, you guys are a part of our right now. This is a production meeting for the next episode. But what we got here is we came up with 4 categories. You know, you can spit out some names. We're gonna put up a poll. We keep saying we're gonna put a poll. But we're actually gonna put a poll this time. We only done one, the pavement dirt. But like, I mean, start it off, Brian. Just pick one.
We've got, like he said, we got 4 categories here, and I'm gonna just play off the whole T-shirt thing. One of the actually the most popular phrase that is, derived from this show, the sickness. So this category is
that boy got to sit.
The sickest of the year.
Oh, who's the illest? Who the illest?
Who's the illest? It could be.
I mean, we're talking. We want stage 4. Talking days to live.
Yeah, we want somebody that's terminal.
Probably could have been something great in life.
Yeah,
he chose to get hooked on racing, and that boy, I've got to sing.
Yeah,
and he might be the coolest guy. Wears his fire suit to Denny's.
yeah.
I got a couple, and I've been close to a couple. And the sickness came from episode 8.
Yeah.
Ironically,
I heard about it again last weekend, Sunday at Auburndale at the truck race.
If you ask me who was on what episode, not a chance. Not a chance I could tell you who who was what.
Right.
But I know that Michael Goddard, episode 8, like people say they keep referencing, they go back, and I'm like, I know what that's like because I have a couple Pat McAfee's, and I know you have a couple Dale Jr. downloads you go back to.
Yeah.
Kenny Schrader and that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, my nominee is going to be Michael Goddard because I get to work with him. He's gone in with me on this TDC Shocks thing, and, like, shit, I go to bed. Michael's out here like, okay.
Last night, y'all were FaceTiming me at 2 o'clock, and Michael was still getting it. Michael lives an hour and a half away, 2 hours away.
Hey, that boy don't play.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the sick.
He's got the 6. Let me tell you who else got the sickness has also been a guest on the show. Miss Brooke Store.
Josh Williams. We got
Josh Williams. We got some guys.
I mean, talk
some
about
girls.
Sprayed all the way out. Kenny Wallace got the sickness.
Yeah.
We're not real sure what it is. We can't diagnose that boy, but there's some thing. I mean,
he's got something way worse than the sickness.
And there's some people that you go out there that didn't go to prom, didn't go to homecoming.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Sister's wedding. Like there was nothing. Hey, what? I got a points race, dog. You can't. Shouldn't have done that shit on a Saturday. You might want to get married on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because my brother got married. We were there. They were like, I do. We're like, peace. And I went straight to Punta Gorda. Didn't even get the open bar.
Yeah.
But that's just how it goes. But nominate your people. We're gonna say he's gonna put it up. I don't know how he's gonna do that. That's on him. But y'all nominate him, and then we'll break it down into categories. Let y'all vote on it.
Yeah.
And then we'll send him a badass little trophy that we.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with some kind of trophy to send to him.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
So
what's the next topic here? Let me do one. You did one.
All right, go ahead. Here, this one right here.
No. Okay. Yeah, all right, we'll do that one. So we've had Colton Bettis, like you said, Brooke Store, Michael Goddard, some of these guys, and we're not just going to harp on the people who've been on the show because there's a bunch of them that I think are basically this is like who's next,
right?
Who's next? Like bench racing. What'd you say? The bench racing radar.
The bench racing radar.
Like who's on the radar? Like who you watching? Like when you go to a track, you got your. I'm going to put a watch on Nassie.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a watch on Bubba Pollard.
Right.
But, hey, go ahead. Put one on Goddard, too, because that boy, he could drop a lap. So, let's find out who's next.
Yeah.
Who you got? I mean,
so basically the bench racing radar is we're basically Roscoe P. Coltrane with a hair blow dryer, and we're trying to find out who's going to pop up on this radar.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, I'm talking Tyler Walker and the Rat Bag 10 in 2002.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he wasn't Donnie
on
Schatz.
On the PlayStation 2 game, by the way.
Yeah, he wasn't Donnie Schatz. He wasn't that, but you better watch him. And you're aware when you look at the lineup, you're like, okay, I'll get past these guys, get past this guy. But they're like, oh shit, I got past that. Like who's that guy? You're like, man, about 2-3 years, he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
gonna be a problem.
You're
gonna have to deal with him.
You're gonna have to deal with him.
Hey, who you gonna have to deal with?
Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw a name out there. And some people might think that this is a little bit one-sided, but
I know.
I honestly, it's not.
Brian's like me.
No, no. I'm what Harry Hogg say? Washed up, what worth of shit to begin with? That's me. Yeah. So
I'm gonna win Rookie of the Year in senior stock next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. I mean.
So I gotta throw just if I had to nominate somebody for that, I got to throw Chase King in that category. Chase is, this is his first year in the trucks.
I got a nominee. Damn, I just popped up. Your boy,
So-
LJ Grimm.
Yeah, so to finish off Chase, so Chase is his first year in the trucks. He raced go-karts, Dirt Devils, Fruitland type stuff, just local stuff, but he quit, or they had to get out of it, financial situation, whatever. 2000, or I don't know the year, but he was like 11. Well, he's 18 or 19 now, so he's been out of, like, he hasn't sat in a seat until this year when he got in the truck. And, he led a 50-lap race at Auburndale, led it till the last lap and got right reared and hooked head on in the fence by a truck that was 13 laps down. That's no lie. 13 laps down on the last lap. And then he just finished third at the charity truck race this past weekend. And like I said, man, the kid's done a hell of a job. His dad let him climb in the Super a couple of times and turn some laps. But he's done a hell of a job to be out of the seat for, 7, 8 years, just jump in a truck and go perform, and a lot of those.
It's like Shane Falco.
Just like, it's exactly the replacements, baby.
Yeah.
So, just coming back in something, being able to, go to a truck race and compete like that. I think this past weekend at the charity race, I think he qualified fourth, finished third. So, hell of a solid first year for him in the trucks, and I can't wait to see what next year brings.
We're close on a lot of these Florida guys, but I mean, this is a nationwide deal. Like,
we
got a lot of people that are out of state, which blows me
yeah,
away
like
even more.
6 or 7, something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and maybe a couple Providences, some third world countries getting us in. But what I'm saying is, like, I mean, I got one that's close to home. Mm-hmm. Locked her in on Saturday in the top 5 at Auburndale. Started on the pole.
Yeah.
My nephew, TJ DeCare, in like his 5th legend car race against, Devin McLeod was in there.
Josh Williams.
There's just a bunch of names that were out there, and there was just like, his goal, I think, was to make the race. You know what I mean? Like, the dude went in and locked it in the top 5 on the first night. Now they were running Young Lions with a semi-pro into pro.
And Masters, and he was the highest finish in Young Lions.
I know. They called him and said, congratulations, because it technically counts as a national win and all this. And it's like, so his first win, it sucks because he finished 5th because I know him. That boy's got this in this too. He ain't going to, and he got that. He got that honest. Like, he didn't really have a choice. Actually, when he was born, we just, we stuck him with a needle type deal.
Well, remember, real quick story here. Remember the first time he went out in the Sportsman Champ buggy at Dirt Devils? Tell that story.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Real quick.
Yeah, so the kid, my brother buys him his first go-kart, by the way, brand new, Havoc, from Dwayne Parker. Shout out Affordable Screen Print.
Hey, shout out Silent Investor.
Hey, shout out. Hey, shout out Pookie Rudiman's best friend. Hey. So, anyways, he got a Havoc brand new buggy. Like, this guy, me, Ryan Elwood, my nephew Tyler out there. This kid makes all of 2 or 3 laps stops. He's like, hey, it's loose.
And he's like 4.
Yeah. Dude, the guy can't see 4, and he was like the size of a toddler. Okay.
Yeah.
And he stopped. Hey, it's loose. We're like, man, shut the hell up. Make you a few laps. He ain't got up to speed yet.
Dude, that picture, we need to find that and post that picture.
I got it.
You got it when TJ.
I got the book.
When
TJ made a book, boy.
When TJ got his first win, and me, you, Woody, we were all there. That's a sweet picture.
Hey, but I'm saying we're getting off on a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I said quick story, but yeah.
Hey, look what we did.
So that's
look at us.
Hey, who'd have thunk it?
So all right, so the next one, I think this one's the next one.
Okay, the next one is the People's Champ. It ain't got to be a guy that wins a lot. It ain't got to be a guy, that is just stroking it in the back all the time. But the People's Champ.
There's people go out there that gravitate to him.
It's the guys that track promoters count on to know that those guys are going to be there every weekend to buy a wristband, no matter if they're going to run second or 22nd.
Yeah, the People's Champ. Just go there. Like, if this name's brought up, you don't necessarily love him, but you don't hate him. Right. Everyone's like, man, he's all right.
Yeah, he's an all right guy.
Hey, if he wins, everyone's like, cool, man. That's cool. And it could be LJ Grimm. I don't know.
LJ Grimm, to me, that was going to be my nominee. LJ Grimm is like, LJ Grimm's Homer Simpson in the bushes, like you said earlier.
Yeah, no, it's because nobody knows the shit talking he does on the look.
No, but LJ is like, He meets a lot of people
You
because he
never
runs.
said, "Hey man, you seen LJ Grimm?" Or like LJ won. Nobody's ever been like, "Man, screw LJ."
Yeah.
except for me.
Yeah. But I mean, he runs 5 different types of cars, and so he meets a lot of people. He's around a lot of different types of fans and stuff. So
Oh, the Sefner sizzle.
the Sefner sizzle, come on.
No, but I mean, you got a lot of people's champs out there. Like, I mean, you go out to you got guys, like you said, it can't be a guy that wins all the time because like the people's champ, Dave Darling.
Yeah.
You go, everybody loves Dave Darling. He's out there, he'll have a beer with you. Hell, he's out there and like when he wins, ain't nobody mad. But now my favorite topic. This is going to be a real good trophy. I might personally make this one somehow. But we got Cobb of the Year.
Cobb of the Year.
I mean, damn. Like, first of all, what an honor.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, because I mean, if you're going to do it right.
What an honor that your Cobbness is going to be recognized on a show that's going to reach a lot more people.
Dude, and first of all, it's like, I mean, if you're a Cobb, and you fit in that demographic.
Own it.
And everyone's like, what a Cobb. What a Cobb. Hey, that's the Cobb. That boy, that's a Cobb of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you Cobb shit up, and then there's that guy. I mean, there's guys, I mean, there's Cobb of the Year, and then there's like John Inman. So that's like the next, this is a whole deal. Like, that's the weapon. You can't be the weapon, but like Cobb of the Year, Mike Skinner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go out there and step on their Cobb, and then just Cobb shit, Cobby Cobbinson from Cobbville.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm going to go ahead.
Driving that Cobbed up.
I'm gonna go ahead and nominate the both of us because both of our last races we both cobbed it up on the same night.
Oh yeah. I did Cobb. I did. No, that's what I told my guys. I go, hell, sometimes it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bet on it, but damn, here we are.
Hell, you can be fifth.
yeah, shit, man. But I mean, there's some. That Cobb.
Yeah.
Caused the big one. Like Ricky Stenhouse, Cobb of the Year, boy. Like, I mean, and shout out Rocky Stenhouse. I still love you, baby. There's some Cobbs out there, but we need to.
And they need calling out.
Oh, no, and we're going to let them know because that might be the only category we read off every nominee. You know what I mean? we might issue some shirts. Like we might have to do some. Affordable might have to sponsor that category. And we know y'all gonna love that one. That one's gonna be a good one. I mean, and don't hold back, y'all. We want to know every Cobb you know.
Yeah,
we want to know that Cobb's cousin.
I mean, hell, tag 5 or 6 Cobbs in one comment.
Yeah. Hey, well, and you might just start a whole snowball of Cobbs. The next thing you know, like, hey, here we are.
It's just you're in the middle of a cornfield and just Cobbs all around you.
And then hopefully they can, they'll be proud of that and they can display that Cobb of the Year trophy proud on their mantle.
Oh, we should make
2021.
We should make the trophy like
just like a regular ass piece of like a corn cob.
With corn cob.
So it like it mildews and all that shit. Yeah, does it mildew? What's it called? Like ferments? I don't know.
Something.
It gets nasty.
Yeah, we'll sign the husk.
A husk. See, I don't know nothing about that.
What Nebraska corn huskers? What?
I don't know.
I
didn't watch that one. But anyways, I mean, I feel like the Benchies.
The Benchies.
I feel like it's gonna be good. I look forward. I might wear a tuxedo T-shirt to that. I'm serious.
You want me to MC the event?
Yeah. I want to do that. Like, and I hope if this show builds into anything, I hope that one year we could rent out the Luby's Cafe and host the Benchies for $7.99. All you can eat buffet.
Yeah.
God, that'd be something.
Yeah.
We'll fly them in.
Yeah.
Even you, Cobb of the Year, you could come. Hey, we got a spot for you.
Yeah. So the Benchies, the first ever Benchies, they're virtual this year.
The inaugural.
We're following COVID-19 guidelines.
What's that?
Exactly. So only reason we say we're following that is because we just came up with it 5 minutes ago. But maybe next year we can do like a little deal, little shop night with the Benchies or something. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably how it's going to go anyways. I think we need to have a whole pile of Cobbs in here. Hey, that's the only category that's allowed at the COVID-19. We're going to Cobb up the COVID-19. We're going to have them here. One of them, I mean, lives right on the street. It's going to be good. Like, hey, and I love you, John. I really do. I mean, appreciate the wagon he gave my kid, or I don't even know if he gave it to us. I think my kid might have confiscated it. I'm not real sure how that works.
I'm out on that deal.
They're gonna come repo it.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I'm excited about this. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to think about, you know, what the best way to post it is. You know, like whether it be like a picture type deal where they can actually vote. But I'll figure it out. I'll think about it. I'll get it out there so y'all can vote. But definitely make sure y'all participate in this because I want to have a lot of fun with it, and we're gonna spend a little sponsor money and make sure we get some cool trophies.
Oh no, I'm sure I got some shit around here I can pile up.
Yeah,
like no, we'll do this. It's gonna be good. And
yeah,
and I think it's. I think there's more categories too. So for next year,
this is just our 5-minute categories right before the show started. But we get a whole year to think about this.
And you know what? 364 days are going to go by, and we're going, hey, man.
We need some categories.
So what I think y'all need to do is also maybe throw in some categories you'd like to hear about. I mean, I'm sure y'all got some great ideas. I mean, that's the one thing I can say that I've gathered from our first year. Man, it's emotional right now. I feel like Cale Gale on Victory Lane, you know?
Yeah.
I thought I cued you
I'm
up.
just a racer from South Alabama. I know it's Kyle Busch, but I don't get many opportunities, and it's just a dream come true for all of us.
Oh, God. Hey, I can't wait to have Cale on the show.
Yeah.
And you do that. But either way, now, is the bench racing fans, and I can't believe that I even said bench racing and fans in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Like in back-to-back words like that. But we got some pretty badass fans, and and some of them become my buddies too. Like I didn't know them because of this, and I look forward to some of the shit y'all come up with. I think it's gonna be
well. That's how we met Michael at the damn Showtime race. He came up in the trailer and he was like,
"Oh yeah,
hey man, like I just want to introduce myself."
That's exactly it. Hey,
I watched the show. Like I love the show. Like he was like, Troy, I ain't trying to call him out or nothing. He's like, Troy, you got any hero cards? And then now the boys in here building shocks. Like,
hey, the boys got the sickness, boy. I mean, I couldn't be more proud of Michael. God, I'm glad Bench Racing got me in touch with that cat. But no, and a lot of y'all. I mean, I'm telling you, the Bench Racing fans. I mean, and the loyalty shit. Like I said, y'all the one making this show keep going because like, hey man, y'all gonna post that?
Yeah.
Hey, when's the next one? And we're like, man, we better do something before we get in trouble.
Yeah, and every time I go out to the asphalt tracks, and I haven't caught many dirt races this year. I've caught a few, but I've caught a lot of asphalt races here towards the end of the year. And every time I go, you know, it's always, you know, random people coming up, and we really appreciate the support, and just hope to keep it going through the end of the year. It's hard to believe we're 15 shows deep now. So
I know you would think for most casts that's 15 weeks, but we ran that off through April. We damn near.
Yeah.
Our start to finish average isn't so great, but but I think next year we can step it up, and especially with the help of the people we have coming on board. And that's what we're looking forward to is next year. And like I think it's just time to shout out what we just did. Right before this, we did a live. I mean, look at me rolling in here.
Yeah, no. So right before this,
what a transition by the kid. I
like that. Good job.
Hey, shout out me.
Good job. Hey, who'd have thunk it?
Hey, look at us.
Not me.
so either way, you know, what we just did was Brian put together a deal with some of the sickness shirt money, and we put 35. He had people tag a junior driver who he thought was deserving of a set of tires, whether it be Maxxis,
Cobras, or Vegas.
Yeah, Bridgestones, Dunlops. Anything like that. No, but so we drew these names out of a bucket, and we came up. Who was our winner?
Jace Manley.
Jace Manley from where's he at?
I don't know where he's from. He's a rookie driver. I don't know him personally. I don't know who tagged him. Don't know the family.
And that's what's great though.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So some little kid just got him a set of tires because of some dumbass logo or saying that came up on this show, and that's what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna put out more shirts, more hats, stuff like that. People who want to sponsor the segment. We're going to try to do, like, you know, what would we say, 100 every 500. We're trying to, you know, put back into the kids and you know, help build short track racing in the state of Florida or in the nation for that matter for whoever's tagged in whatever contest we're going to be doing. And I'm excited about that because, you know, like some of these people ain't never going to get a sponsor. Some of them don't. Like some of them, it's mom, dad, you know, it's I cut some grass on the weekend money. It's something like that, and like we could, you know, good for you, Jace. Like I'm excited about that, and hopefully, you know, we could hook some more kids up. hell, like, I mean, a goal of mine, like you said, we were telling, like, man, one day maybe we could put a kid in a ride.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a goal, right?
Yeah, that's a goal.
And I'll be honest with you, and you know us. I mean, anybody who watches, like, we ain't blowing smoke. Like, if we can drum up some stuff here, like, we're gonna make that happen for somebody. And like, and I'm proud to say that, like, that's a serious. Damn, it's got real intimate in here.
Yeah,
this is emotional, boy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it. You know, I don't want people to think like when they sponsor the show, like, yes, you're getting advertisement, you know, you're getting publicity, you know, your logo is being thrown around, yada, yada, yada. But your money is going back to, you know, it's what I hashtag racers helping racers. Like, you know, racing companies help us by sponsoring the show. We, in turn, help some racers, you know, buy a set of tires, whatever the case may be. And, you know, it's just our way of giving back, because now that we have a platform to be able to do this, and you know, like we said, you know, Troy kind of shed some light on it. You know, we hadn't really told a lot of people, but, you know, one of our, you know, long-term goals, which hopefully, if some things fall in line and you know, the right people, the right hands shake, you know, our ultimate goal is to, you know, put a kid in the ride. And, you know, just something that, you know, me growing up, you know, my parents, you know, struggling for me to race, and then even, you know, from go-karts all the way up to big cars and stuff. You know, we never had no tire help. We never had, you know, any kind of shit like that. So, you know, for me to be able to look at a 16-year-old version of me and think like, damn, like what, you know, how much that would have been.
They talk
you know
about
what
it
I'm
all the
saying?
time. Like, I mean, like these kids who raced, they were like whipped your ass or whatever, and like, man, like, what would happen if they got into a big car,
right,
or a legend car, or whatever. I mean, we don't know where it's going to go. We don't know how big it can get. We don't know how small it's going to be. But like whatever it is, we're going to try to do something, and I think it's going to be great. And you know, hopefully, you know, it's something that becomes, you know, a theme. And then next thing you know, one day you do like, oh, remember, like, and they'll be like the first kid who got a ride on bench race. Like, to me, like, you know, and I know some of that seems so far fetched, but it's like you got to have a goal. You I mean, you got to see it, and to us, like, that'd be like making it. I really do think that. And I mean, I look at that with a lot of kids I talk to, and that's I really, really enjoy, you know, something like the episode for Yarborough got cut out and stuff. But like, man, like, you don't know, but like when you go to a track and you're in your zone, you're doing your thing, like, man, there's some guy who's just excited to be there, meet you, do whatever. Like, man, and he wants to be you. And no matter how little, like, you could be, you think you ain't nothing on nobody's radar, but it's like, if you got a chance to do something, like, and you could help somebody, like, you never know at that one moment, that one thing, like talking to a kid about cross or camber or this or that at the racetrack could lead to, like, spark what it is that makes them pursue it.
Right.
And then they're the next, you know, Christopher Bell.
Yep.
You know, and like that's you know, in a nutshell, like, well, could be nothing, could be something, could be just, hey, we hook a kid up on a Saturday night one day, and he gets that one shot,
right?
And but hopefully this snowballs into something and turns into something great, and I'm excited to see where it goes, because there ain't nobody better at making big plans than me. Like, I'll make plans, boy.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, see what happens. I mean, that's how cool stories start.
Exactly.
And I look forward to that story time.
Exactly. I mean, just like starting this show, you thought it was bullshit for about 6 months, and then you finally pulled the trigger. So, but yeah, no, like I said, like, you know, just to play off what Troy was saying, you know, we really want to, you know, turn it into something, you know, to help some people, and, you know, just keep feeding back into the sport, you know. Like, you know, tonight, to me, the live, not a raffle, but drawing that we did tonight was just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I think we'll look back on it and be like, man, remember that first set of tires we gave Jace Manley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just think that's cool. And
yeah.
Like,
that's just the tip of the iceberg. And, you know, like,
Jace, we want to know what you do with those sets. If you win a race with that set, we need to know. We're going to put that on the
oh yeah, for sure,
on the face page.
Yeah, and, you know, like I said, I hinted around with this, you know, talking about some of the money from the T-shirt sales and the sponsorship money. Like, we've got some big plans, and I wanted to, you know, let people know, like, hey, like, we're really going to do this. Like, we bought the set of tires, and then so that way, you know, people were like, hey, these guys.
Well, just like everybody else, like, dude, this show and getting there at the time and doing so, we both work regular jobs and stuff. like this is a week to week thing. Like, and it's hard to do, and we ain't rich,
Right.
But like if we can use, like you said, this platform or do something like that to where it don't necessarily cost any money, like penalize nobody, do anything, like really set nobody out. But we could take the people who think enough of the show or do something to help, like Raging Bull, and then some of these people.
Cope Signs,
definitely. We got some people coming up. We got to wait to announce that. It's kind of exciting though. We got some people coming on, and like we just want to know we're going to try to be Robin Hood.
Yeah.
We out here. We're out here we're going to put somebody on, hopefully, and I'm excited. So
yeah.
No, but I'm so sick of being serious right now.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Nah.
No, let's do it. Hey.
We're going to I got a way to break him out of this seriousness. I'm going to go to break real quick, and then we're going to come right back, and we're going to have story time. And story time, kids, all right, come on, sit on the carpet, crisscross applesauce. Little Johnny, stop. All right, here we go, kids, crisscross applesauce. I don't want no talking. I want zip lips. Lock the key, put it in your pocket. You're going to tell the Troy DeCare Bristol saga right after the break. Hey, who'd have thought?
Let me clear my throat.
All right, so
y'all ain't go to the same skating ring as us.
Yeah. So
Huh? What?
Skating ring.
Dude, hey, if I ever want to feel funny, I call you. You think much? I say the dumbest shit and you laugh. All right. Hope y'all put the kids to bed.
Yeah. So we gave away the set of tires for the youngins, but it's time for them to go to bed.
Yeah. Hey, we're approaching the curfew.
Yeah.
Hey, the dew is set.
Yeah.
Hey.
So basically, what we did is, we ran the Bandoleros in the first segment, and now it's time for the big boys to ride on the track.
Night. It's a school night.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I don't like how we're hyping this though, because
don't suck. Try not to suck.
Hey, that's
Joe Madden.
Hey, you already know. I had that like.
It's right there on that marker board.
It's all, but try not to suck. I mean, I got a few little things around here. Not that I need a whole lot of motivation. I just
yeah.
I just like shit like that. I mean, I don't know, but this story, like, because a few times I've told it to people, it's just, well, I wasn't planning on telling it.
Yeah.
And it's just the juice. You know the juice. You get the juice.
Yeah. So the Bristol story, it's a fun story. Y'all are going to enjoy this. But before we go any further, we just got to let you know this is actually our first ever double sponsored segment.
Oh, I forgot about this part. Hey, come on.
This thing is doubled up. They're too wide. It is affordable screen print and embroidery right there on your lower left. And TDC shocks right there on your lower right of the screen, right there.
I should have left that like that the whole time, but I don't think that's how you set your nitrogen bottle.
Yeah, but yeah. Never mind. I was about to say something real dumb. That was going to go down a rabbit hole there.
All right.
Yeah, the Bristol story time. This is our second ever story time. The first ever story time was the Chili Bowl saga. And like we said earlier in the show, you guys seem to love that. So we're going to go back to story time. We're going to bring you the Bristol story. And like I said, for any of your shock needs, I don't know this Squirrel Dick's number, but Troy DeCare on Facebook.
Yeah, I ain't put my number on here. The Feds be watching.
Yeah. Let the Feds watch me.
Hey, no, but you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, hit him up on there, TDC Shocks. And then obviously affordable screen print and embroidery. This is the first show that we have not done at affordable screen print and embroidery. The first like full blown show. So we want to make sure we still show a little love because I mean we use the place for 14. So
I know I was gonna charge y'all 10% of my rent, but I figured since y'all been good to me.
Yeah.
You and all Silent investor.
Yeah.
I like how he's become a character on the show. I'm not even sure he watches the show.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's a guy who bought.
Well, I mean, he's got to see that he's put, all his all this thousands of dollars he spent put to good use.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I tell you what, when I talk to him, I'm not even 100% sure he watches the show. So I was just like, which is good. But no, so like I tell you, like in full disclosure on story time, I mean, the first one took off. We kind of knew when we're talking a little shit, and everyone's like, oh, you got to tell that chili bowl story. And I was just like,
yeah.
Man, I mean, yeah. Like, I got kids, they're going to see this. But, and like, my stories aren't the same as, like, when you watch certain guys. Like, these guys, the stories, like, usually they involve, like, wealth and success. My stories don't necessarily involve either of those two things. But what I like about some of the stuff that we got, that they want me to say on here, like, is I have been fortunate enough to go a lot of places. And I didn't necessarily act right in all of them. And maybe this will help some people enjoy the not-so-greater times, but turns out to be some of the best times in your life.
Right. So in the moment,
hey,
you hate yourself, but now you're like, damn, that's a good story to tell.
Yeah, no, it's funny now. That's what people say. Sometimes it ain't.
Yeah.
Hey, some of these still ain't. But I say it with a smile. I say it with a smile. But this one, I'll be honest with you, I still lose sleep over this one.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what Kel Gale say? I'm just a racer.
I'm just a racer from South Alabama. Hey, Shorty Carey, just a racer from town and country.
but like but it mean, I don't know if I'm gonna ever get another shot at Bristol, and I may not. And this may be my only Bristol story. So
let me set it up real quick. So for those of you who don't know, the Must See series is a 410 series up north.
And it was on Versus the first 2 years, yeah.
Okay. So the first 2 years they ran the series, you were champion? First 2 years?
Yeah, this is the second year.
Okay, so this is the second year.
I won the inaugural season.
Okay.
Went into the last race of the inaugural season, and me and the car owner weren't seeing eye to eye on some things, so I drove for another guy. Finished out the season just to get the points because I had it basically locked up as a driver. Well, we're heading into the second season, and I don't have a definite ride. I think it ended up being, 12 races because they kind of do it like there was a Haas series, an auto value series, and a must see. Like, and they kind of were like two regional series and then the national deal, and like they just try to make it where it was like big races,
right?
And because for short track stuff, it's hard to get more. And well, now they're doing it, but like it was hard to get Dave Augerbright and Rick Benjamin and those guys. Like, I mean, in the Versus TV crew out there and do stuff
right
for a short track race in Berlin or Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Winchester, Indiana, and stuff like that. So, and I never really had a sponsor. I had people who helped me, and I had a way of filling a fire suit out, but it didn't necessarily add up to the bucks. Barely most of them paid just enough to put their name on the car.
Yeah.
Like that was it. Like half the time I was like, hey man, I'm going to need another like $30. I got to print a sticker. Cause all that money he was giving me to begin with is just about enough. And if with your money and a fourth place finish, we can clear this tire bill.
Yeah.
Hey, and sometimes we didn't. And shout out to Susanna Stapp at Hoosier Tire Midwest for putting me on an installment program sometimes for tires.
So basically, you'd run up a tire bill. For those who don't know, you'd run up a tire bill, and Hoosier actually allows you to work it off.
No, they don't.
They don't. But they did.
Well, I mean, what were they going to do? Arrest me?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing with good old Trust in Hoosier is they let you mount the tires early in the day, and they're like, yeah, you square up at the end because, hell, most of these guys, maybe I need more. I knew exactly how many I couldn't afford, and so sometimes I'd wait to see what would happen and then mount it right before qualifying, and then I'd be calling Shane Melnick at Maverick Concrete Cut Core Drilling. I'd be calling Concrete Rick, R.I.P. at Job Site Rick. I'd be calling Mike Land. I'd be calling a couple guys. Hey, I'm running pretty good tonight. Think I can get a right rear?
Yeah.
I've already mounted them. Hey, yeah. I would sit there at the tire trailer sometimes and be like, okay, so can you run this one for 50? Okay. I need you to run this one for 75, like this. And I was like, okay, so what's left? Okay, cool. And then I get my 30%. I'm like, okay, here. I'll be like, all right, hey, we're eating at Wendy's.
Full of strawberry lemonade.
Hey, but we taking that trophy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, we taking that trophy. Damn, that was going to be my mic drop moment there. No, so that's how that went. So the next season, it actually took me, for 10 races, it took me 6 car owners to win the set. Hell, my victory or championship speech was elaborate. I was like, well, I'd like to thank about 40% of y'all here. And actually, at that Bristol race, the last 3 rows were those 6 cars. So shout out to y'all. I can't remember all the names right now, but I appreciate it. I mean, one of them was a 1991 Striker, and we won in at Johnny Benson's Berlin Speedway, and it was a interesting year. But it just seemed like every time I got to the next race, you'd be about a month apart with these TV shows, and well, shit, I'm still leading the points. Like, well, damn, I ain't got no ride. About 3 weeks before Bristol, I didn't have a ride, and you know, Bristol's not a place you just take a car, you know, just ease into it, do whatever. Mm-hmm. But a guy by the name of Mike Larison was driving for Davey Hamilton, and he was trying to run Indy Lights, and he was testing at Chicagoland, and that wall was just hard enough to break his ankle. And I mean, that sucks for my boy Mike. Me and him are good buddies. And Davey was like, well, I need a driver. And I was like, small world. Because I need it. And now Davey's car was True Fuel, Turtle Wax, Royal Charcoal. It's hard for me to remember because I didn't have a sponsors before. So, you know, they're also the title sponsor, bio-based, and then we're the title sponsor for Must See. So he's like, hey, man, points later. He's like, you know, me and Davey got a really good relationship. I was living it.
I was gonna say you were living there, right?
Yeah, I was bumming a 3 hots and a cot. And so he put me in the ride, and I'm like, well, this is a good deal for both of us, right? And and it started out that way. So we get to the track, and now my crew is a list of degenerates. 2 of them happen to work for Davey, and one of them piggybacked with me. Danny Stratton, you know, longtime midget racer, great guy. Damn near had Sammy licked at the Chili Bowl, and the bleeder stuck. We ran second. I say we. I was just hanging out, checking air pressure and shit. But make sure the cooler was cold.
Yeah.
And Dave Newman, who is an employee at Davey Hamilton Racing, a good buddy of mine, who is like a pit bull. Okay, like ain't nobody getting in your trailer, around your trailer. Like he's got this, and he worked for Bob East and a number of other guys. He went and worked for what was it, Cruz Pedregon, a few other guys on the drag racing scene around Indiana. I mean, just A1 guy. And then we had Jake Slotten. And now we're all under 30 at this time. Yeah. And Jake Slotten, who was the son of the guy who owned the Chili Bowl car I drove. But ever since that Chili Bowl story, he's like, I'm hanging out with you. And I'm like, I like you. Like, because I know if shit hits the fan, like, that boy's going to ride with me because we went through some stuff to do what we did. So we're at Bristol Motor Speedway, you know, the dad of them all. For us.
Right. So
this is Cheyenne.
Right. This is Cheyenne. Yeah. So it's Frontier Days, baby.
That's it.
So just to review, Must See Racing Series 410 Wing Sprint Car Series up north, inaugural season champion 2010, and then this is Bristol is the last race of 2011.
Yep.
So
yeah, Mickey printed me that banner right there. I don't know. I didn't pay for that.
So pick it up. You get to the track.
Yeah. So and I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. I'm like, well, we had a race. I was supposed to start in park. We won that one, and then went to the next one, and some stuff happened. I think I hurt a motor, and so I actually, for the first time all season, went in there. JoJo Hellberg was leading by like 8 points. some Ryan Litt from Canada was second. Like he had a 2-point lead on me. I actually went in there third, but I was like, we got a car now. It was a brand new Diablo chassis. Davey had some smoke under the hood. The tires weren't an issue. We had 2, 3, 4 set. I mean, it wasn't an issue. Whatever we needed, it was there. Like we had the right sponsors, the right people.
Right.
And like Davey ain't no joke. Davey goes there and win. And we actually had like 2 weeks to work on this thing. Most of the cars sometimes I got to the track, I was like, had to muster some stuff together. And, we get there practice day. I think we made 8 laps. We're top of the charts. Load her up, boys.
It's good. Load it up.
You guys want some Applebee's? Hey.
Y'all want to go get kicked out of Applebee's?
We did. Because some of my people who I was living in their treehouse out back, Greg and Jen Rose, they owned the Brownsburg Jimmy John's at the time. Now they own Dawson's too. That's mainly where I got most of my free food. And I was literally living in like a barn outside their pool, kind of with a tree growing through it. And like,
so it wasn't a tree house like in a tree.
No, it was a house that a tree joined. So it was a house tree. And like, that was just how it went. So, and they know shit, man. And anybody who's been to the tree house, they know when I say the tree, because we called it the tree house. So when I was there, they were like, no, I get it. And like, and it was an efficiency. It was like a 10 by 10 room, a bathroom with a 5-gallon water heater, like a 2-burner stove, and a fridge that I put about 8,000 stickers on. And but they gave me a place to live free. And I was like, I can afford that. And I ate Jimmy John's about 3 times a day. And so they came down to watch me because they were my little Indiana family and stuff, and I still talk to them. I mean, I owe Greg Rose and them a lot. Like, they kept me alive for shit. I mean,
literally.
Yeah, alive and amongst other things. So we're down there. My mom's there. My dad and my mom don't get to go to many races and everything. And like we're on top of the boards. Like, pretty sure we're going to go ahead and seal this deal off with a second one. And they were paying $10,000 to win a second championship and stuff. So I was like, okay, $10,000 to win the race, $10,000 to win the championship. 50% of the win. Hey, next thing you know, we might have a down payment on a 1-bedroom. Hey, 2012's looking good for the kid.
Yeah.
So we're out. We started indulging some beverages and sharing stories from the year, and because most of those people weathered those storms with me.
And this was over a fresh plate of chicken fingers and a fresh honey mustard salad at the Applebee's.
And I found out Applebee's isn't 2 for 1 in Tennessee. It is in Florida, but they give you twice the glass just one time because it's illegal to give alcohol away for free. Didn't know that. That's worth a Google. So here we are. And next thing you know, one thing leads to another, and there's this little strip of bars down there in Thunder Valley, and we go down there and have us a few haciendas, and fight a few bartenders, get kicked out, or bouncers, and I don't know. I was kind of known through like Danny Stratty's guys, like they called me a gypsy, right? And like that was just because I didn't know where I was sleeping half the time. I didn't know. I was worried about wherever I had to race that night and whatever I had to do, and hopefully, if I did my job, we'd get to the next place, and if not, I was just going to hang out there for a little bit. And
so we figure it out.
Well, people like, wash dishes type deal. I stayed in a few cities longer than I was raced there. and that wasn't by choice. That's just how it worked out. I made some friends.
This was before Cash App, folks. We was trying to find a Western Union.
Walmart to Walmart.
Walmart to Walmart. MoneyGram, yeah.
Hey, because he did Walmart to Walmart, my dad, I'd get all the 25.
Yeah.
And 25 go a long way when you a ramen noodle chef. Okay, so and I sometimes I'd walk in the back of a Hampton Inn because they thought I stayed there. I was just hitting the continental breakfast. I just was getting gas at Flying J. Okay, and I'd be like, "Hey man, what time's checkout?" They're like, "Yeah, at 1." I'm like, "Oh, cool, we'll make that." I'm over here making a plate because if you go up and talk to them, they don't assume you sneak. But if you act like you're sneaking in, they're gonna catch you. I've been caught. Hey, but if you get a full tank of gas, Flying J, get a shower too. Hey. And me and J.R. Goonsbeck took a couple showers. So, this man, you talking about rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Shit. we took a left at Albuquerque here. So, we're there and having some good time. And the reason they call me a gypsy, I always had a backpack and I always had, underwear and a couple pair of socks because, the most important thing to a soldier is feet, Gump.
Come on, Gump.
So I carry some socks but plus, if somebody offered me a better place to stay than I was staying that night, I had to be I was always strapped. I was ready. I got underwear and socks. I'm ready to go. And I had my setup book back there and, alcohol changed your view on a few things and and I was doing my best to live up to what Junior Johnson and Carol Yorbo and Russ, these guys laid for us, and what better place than Bristol, Tennessee? I was just like, all of a sudden I stood up, no matter where I was at, where we went, I had my backpack, I had it. It had toothbrush in there too. That's important to me. I brush my teeth for every feature. I don't know why. It just wakes me up, makes me feel good. And helmet stink. Might have had a corn dog.
Hold on. It's 2020, and you still brush your teeth for every feature?
Yeah. No, Teresa Statham put a little zippy bag with a little travel toothpaste. I do it just, I don't know, it makes me feel good. Plus, I don't want to be blowing them announcers out after the race, Sometimes you got that hot breath. Yeah. But in your helmet, I don't know, one time I burped in my helmet. So ever since I brush my teeth for every race. That's what I do. And I can't help it. God damn, Brian, pay attention here.
Watch out!
Yeah. So, we get to we're feeling ourselves, and but I don't know what happened. Like, I felt like, people was trying to get they want my setup book, man. They want my stuff. So I'm like, and Dave Stratton called them gypsy missions because when I'm done drinking or done doing whatever, I don't say, hey man, see y'all tomorrow. All right, yeah, hey, everybody get home safe. All of a sudden they're like, hey man, you seen Troy? Hey, where's that? And I'll just be out because nobody can stop you if they don't know you're leaving.
Yeah.
So I strapped up and I'm going down the road. And now here's what you don't know about me. I'm terrified of the dark. And I don't care what Eric Amarola says, so is he. We used to spot each other when you spend the night at each other's house. He's like, hey man, you go to the bathroom, I'll watch, and then I'll go to the bathroom, you watch, because we don't need no boogeyman coming around here. Don't play with that boy. Anyways, so I'm walking down, and it's about a 11-mile, 10-mile ride. I don't know how far I made it. I'm gonna say a cool 4 or 5 miles.
So you're walking from.
I'm a good hour deep into this walk.
So you're walking from the Applebee's. You left.
No, we went to these little strip of bars.
Oh, so you went Applebee's first.
Yeah, and then
you went to the strip of bars.
Yeah, after the party's the after party.
Right.
And so now we out there, and I'm walking down the road, and I zip my backpack up.
But did a little buckle.
I got the sternum strap.
Oh, yeah.
I got the sternum strap. Yeah, and I'm strapped up, and I'm going down. I'm like, hey, and they're calling me where you at? Hey, you got a race tomorrow. You can't be doing that. I'm all like, hey, yeah, they want my shit. They need to come to the track. You want to find me? I'll be at the track. You tell your friends about the guy who won $10,000 who slept in the tunnel at Bristol. Because you want to find me? I'm sleeping in the tunnel tonight. Dale Earnhardt, 1979, like that. I was like, I don't know. This, honestly, most of that comes from Dave Newman. He said I said that. This is all alleged.
Allegedly.
Yeah. But it sounds right. And I knew that I had some, next thing you know, when cars would go by, I was jumping in the bushes. Like I said, I had to be intoxicated. I was scared of the dark. But I didn't want, they was looking for me.
They wanted that setup book.
Well, and I didn't want, because they also, my sister said she was going to find me, her and her husband driving around. And I didn't want them to get me. So every time, they found me. And I get in the car and they put me in the back with my brother-in-law, Bo. And he had partaked in the same events I did. So he hands me a Gatorade bottle. And I'm like, all right, yeah. Because now it's 5 a.m. Okay, gates open at 8. Shit happens early. There's modifiers or stuff going on. I'm like, this didn't register to me because most of the time I stayed up to 3, 4 a.m. And the reason is because in my mind, most features ran around 9, 10 p.m. So I had to make that my noon. My prime whatever I said, needed to be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's when I needed to be crystal clear.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case for this particular race. So he hands me his Gatorade bottle, and I'm like, all right, yeah. Turns out he had put a couple caps of Everclear in that Gatorade, and I'm like, ah, damn. So now they got me at their hotel, they got me in the shower, just poured it. I mean, I'm like, God damn. It's like, here I am, like, what a dumbass, you know? Like, and this is the part you're not proud of. Like, I'm telling this story just for the simple fact, like, this shit went. And, like, man, finally, you dumbass, Davey's going to give you a chance. First of all, he lets you live in your house. You're out there mowing grass and doing some stuff. This guy going to let you drive a real race car. You've been bouncing around from, decent. No disrespect to anybody I drove for, but, I mean, damn, like, I had a chance to win here.
Yeah.
And, 10 grand for that, 10 grand for the championship. It's like, why don't you pay attention, you broke dick? Like, come on, man. But here I am in the shower, because Dick Trickle said, you need an hour of sleep for every 100 laps. Well, hell, this was only 40 or 25 laps, so 15 minutes. And 15 minutes and some Folgers ought to be good, right? Yeah. They're like, what about qualifying, Dick? He's like, cold shower. And that's no bullshit. So I was like, all right, I'm in the shower. Like, come on, man. Well, I get to the track and I go do first practice, right? We did first practice, and there's 27, 26 cars. I'm about 18th. We lost our speed, and come cool, and I throw up on the floorboard. I do something like, oh, God. They're like, hey, man, what's wrong? I'm like, it's me. Like, well, but I was
hey,
like,
man, how's the car? Loud.
yeah, like, it was just, this shit wasn't good. But, like, there was a little noise. We heard something. Danny Stratton, thank God for Danny Stratton. I mean, a lot smarter than me. And, well, maybe not the night before, but, like, he was a lot smarter than me when he zoned in. I mean, my crew, we showed up late. Everybody's unloaded, ready. We was hurt. We didn't put our best show on here. And turns out the motor's hurt. Well, we didn't have a spare because I think they just hurt one a couple races before that. We just didn't have backup because they were running 2 cars all season. This was the first time they only ran 1. And, we got to find a motor. So I'm going down the row. And, I mean, there's 27 cars, but there's probably only like 5 or 6 of them that got an extra. And
you're running what kind of motor?
Chevy.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm getting to that. So, and I'm probably the last guy. Some of those guys want to loan a motor to just based on, like, well, if I ain't in the race with this particular car, like, that eliminates, I mean, you ain't going to loan a guy. First, because one of the guys that had a motor as a points leader, he damn straight let him. Like, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
But some of the guys had a motor, but it was in their backup car. Well, I finally get over to Don Wilshie, and they had Jason Blonde, who's driving for Biobase. They had 2 cars, but on practice night, they had a car that the wing, because, I mean, we haul ass Bristol. I mean, average speed was like 157, something like that. So you're looking at $180 something, maybe at the straightaways. Well, we're running the wings as fast as we can get them. Well, when you start flirting with that, now some of them were camming over because of the dish. Well, they had one where it cammed over and tore the wing off and stuff. They just rolled a backup car because he wasn't real sure of the motor that was in it. And he's like, well, you can have that motor. And because they had that car sitting over there on some blocks. And he's like, okay, we start pulling a motor. Well, it's a Speedway Mopar. Now, Speedway's the shit. I mean, they got but, they were like, well, we couldn't get it run right, blah, blah. Okay, we get it over our trailer, and then we realized, well, hell, hey, man, we're going to have to pull the motor plate out of that car because this is a Mopar, and we were running a Chevy, and we need to, we need the U-joint, and we had an external tank, and this was a tank under the hood, so, and we're going to take the hood off your car. So my car had a white hood. And
so you're basically like 6-pack at this point.
Yeah.
You were Brewster Baker.
No, I mean, like, yeah, those... Like, well, where'd you get the motor? Well, we
stole it.
Yeah. And but meanwhile, I'm over there, and I mean, trying to do some stuff, and like, my dad was on it, Danny Stratton and Jake Slotin and Dave Newman. I don't know where they found their energy, and then Sam Rodriguez, Eric Amaro's grandfather. Like, I was doing something, dropping a wrench. I mean, I was just spun out because there was a time limit, and you had to qualify. Qualify was up next, and we're just like, we don't even know half the shit don't jive. Like, we need to bastardize fittings, do some stuff. And he's like, hey, man, we'll handle it. And I was just like, thank God. I handed him the 2 wrenches I had, and I went over, and I'm drinking coffee, eating McMuffins. I'm like, come on, man. Like, they're going to get the motor, but, like, you need to figure this shit out because you got 2 or 3 tenths. You got to find out because Bristol ain't no joke. So, well, we get the wing. Like they come get me. My mom's pacing. She's just nervous as can be. And they go, "Hey, man, we got it ready." I'm like, "Okay, we got 50 or 10 minutes left." Like I'm getting in because it sprinkled for a little bit, for 30 minutes, bought us some time. And so we get the thing together. We go to roll up because the last car qualified just a minute or two ago, and they're going. And we're like, but because there's a clock on the big thing that's hung there, a scoreboard deal. And we're like, we got fine. You're done. So, all right, start rolling modifieds out. So, well, it turns out one guy qualified 4th and one guy qualified 3rd, 5th, whatever.
And you're talking about the 2 guys that are in front of you in points.
You get points 10 for pole, 9, 8. So now they got a few more points on me, right? I'm like, okay. And I'm in heat race 3. Watch first heat race. Couple guys kind of stalemate. Nothing happens. Second heat race, nothing happens. I'm rolling off 8th in heat race 3. We're leading it on that too. And the 3rd lap was actually faster than the pole lap. And we always get into that. Unofficially, the fastest lap ever turned at Bristol Speedway.
It was on Wikipedia for a minute.
It was. It was, and now it's not. The only thing that's on there is Brian Gerstner's pole. But
who?
Brian Gerstner.
Gerstner.
Yeah, and that's your favorite part of this story because that goes back to when I was helping Shane Meal, and we were at Granite City, Illinois, and me and Kenny Wallace laughed about this. It's Granite City, Illinois, Tri-State Speedway, Pontoon Beach. And it's everyone's like, where were you at? Pontoon Beach. Granite City, it's got 3 names. Goddamn, Huey, whatever. So, but we're out there in the parking lot for the Gold Crown, and it's him and Brad Sweet versus me and Tyler Meal in beer pong, and talking shit, trying to rattle each other, and he kept going, Gersh.
Hold on, you said him, but who?
Kyle Larson.
So Larson was taunting him in beer pong, saying Gersh.
Yeah, and it was upsetting.
Yeah,
because him and Brad Sweet together ain't but 6'4", and I was just but me and Tyler Meal took the dub that night.
Yeah,
we weren't worth the shit the next night when it mattered.
Yeah.
For the team, but 4, 5, 6 Inc. We took home the beer pong championship that night.
So anyways, back to the Bristol story.
So fastest lap ever turned the heat. We go off, check out, win the heat race. Mm-hmm. But I put a new one on. Tire is blistered.
Now, you get points for the heat race, right?
Right, 5. So I made up a bunch. So I'm back within, if you get inside the top 5 in the feature now, I needed to, if I finished ahead of Ryan Litt anywhere, I was ahead of him. I had to beat JoJo by 1 or 2 spots. If I won, he needed to finish 3rd. Mm-hmm. So we go look at the lineup, and I'm like, well, if they take 4, 6, or 4, 8, 12, I should be the slowest car to train. I should start 12th.
Right.
Well, that's not how that worked. And then they ran the B mains, and they had 2 provisionals, and then me. So I don't know how. And I mean, they weren't a big fan of me because I think I was a Hoosier guy. It's American Racer Series. I don't know. Something like that. But we blistered our tire pretty good, and they were having some controversy, so they went ahead and shortened it. I'm at the back of the field. They went ahead and shortened it from a 30-lapper to a 25-lapper conveniently, and then decided they were going to start heads up. So Gersh was on the pole. And so now, because usually they invert 6, 8, 12, 10. So, those guys that I needed to beat should have been further back towards me, and I should have been close there. I should have started 12th. If they read the rule book, and I reminded them a few times about this, but it didn't really help my case. And I remember my mom's pace. I was like, hey, I got it. I remember getting in the car going God damn, I don't know if I got it. And so I was telling these guys, so Danny had this idea that we was going to, God, I got to tag him in this because he's going to be like, you left out a bunch. And I'm like, well, it's a kid show. And so we started 24th and a 25 lapper, and 22nd, I don't know what it was. Some guys are waving me by to start ahead of them, and I was trying to pull ahead, and they were on the radio, carry to the back. And I'm like, God, man, they gonna make sure I start back here, boy. And I told my guys, Danny had this idea, put a used tire on that we'd run the night before and scuffed, and
it was cured and
Well, we didn't know that was the good thing until after. And I'm sitting here going, let's just mount another one because we had 2 or 3 new ones. Like I'm like, mount it. But everybody's blistering tires, and your car wasn't moving. It wasn't like you were hard on it. It's just this place is our cars are going too fast for this place, and like I said, average speed 157 miles an hour. That's we're about 3-4 seconds faster than a Cup car. It was out of control, and you didn't realize how fast you were going until you got off the gas there because it was like, oh, and like eyes slinging out in front of you. Like, damn, we was moving. And it's one of those things you didn't know how fast you were going until you hit something.
yeah.
And luckily we didn't hit nothing. So I said, hey, man, just keep me a new tire. Like, we get to halfway in this thing, there's a yellow. I'll do the, whatever. We'll come in, we'll get a tire. We'll go to the back, and I'll just air this thing out. Well, they throw the green, I jumped to like 12th. So I'm like 8th. There's a yellow. We're like 10 laps in. I'm like pulling up to the other drivers. I'm like, they're all like, I'm like, liar. Like,
He's lying.
Yeah. I knew I didn't like that guy. Hey, why you gonna lie to me, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, thought we was friends. I thought, then we had corn dogs the last race. Like, this man. I always tell him, man, something cool. You can have whatever you want. Like, now look at you.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't how it's supposed to be. So I'm giving my guys a signal. And my other boy, Sean Grimes, was somewhere out of this whole melee. He finds us. And they're going.
And he jumps up on.
And I'm going, tire. Just give me one for 15 laps. Who gives a shit? I'll bring it. Like, it'll blow apart. I don't care. They pull the valve core out of it, and they're on the friggin' inside wall down the front stretch, and they're going. And I mean, I'm losing it. Because I'm like,
I'm going to kill him.
This ain't the time to play. Like, this ain't, we can't cut, like, you don't get to go hang on, do over. So now I'm paranoid. And I'm all like, God, well, this is what we got. They go green. I get upside, like, I think Ryan was running 6th, so I'm in 7th. And I mean, I could have went. And I was just like sitting. I'm like, well, JoJo was 4th. Like, I'm 7th. And I'm like, all right, we'll wait till 10 to go, and then we'll just go. And I know it seems like a lot running 12 seconds laps, but it's just for a sprint car race, our races seem longer for us, not for y'all. But like, all of a sudden we come off turn 4, and Flagman puts 5 phalanges. He goes, "That's the 5 to go." Does the 5? And I was just like,
"Oh shit!"
Oh no! Like no, because I don't know why. I knew they shortened it to 25, but in your head, like I don't know, muscle memory, all this, like you're just like, it shouldn't be 5 to go. It shouldn't be 5 to go. I'm like. You're almost looking around like, hang on, is he right? And I don't know where the scoreboard, because this place is like a damn bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit. So I go pull out, and I go 6th, 5th, 4th, and coming to 2 to go, or coming to the white flag, take 2nd, and everyone's like, well, why the hell did you go before that? And I'm like, well, I didn't know how much tire I had. I didn't know. I was points racing for the first time in my dumbass life. I don't ever points race. I should have went for that Bristol trophy because it's the same one the Cup guys get. It was the tiered up, the big wood thing with the Bristol down.
Yeah.
The same one. I just wanted to rattle his cage. Like, he held the same one, and I didn't get that. Damn, I had to watch that Brian Gerstner hold that shit up. Well, and I think if it had been a 27 lapper, they still would have been in trouble. But it was 25. I got 2nd. And I'm waiting. We're like riding around on the race monitor. They're like, oh, we're at 50 M to the front stretch and 6 to the front. I was like, we got it. Like, oh, shit. Get out there. I never stood on the wing before that day. I stood up on the wing for a second, huh? Because I was like, y'all don't believe this shit. Like, we borrowed a motor. I'm hung over as I could be, on a used tire starting in the back. I mean, and I remember we're coming around there like, go to tech. And I go, keep pushing. I made them drive me up on the victory lane and went up there. We went ahead and took a championship photo right there. And
on top of the
garage
or whatever.
1 and 2.
Or
is it 3 and 4? I don't know. Or the tunnel, or where you come across the track. But we was up there and we were all taking pictures. And I don't think God, whoever's taking it was like a little fuzzy because like all of our faces was like, look. Like we didn't, wasn't our best day. So we weren't ready, we weren't ready for a picture day.
Right.
But man, like I look back, I'm like, God, like and the people involved, like Sam Rodriguez, like an uncle to me, my dad and my mom, like never gets to go to my sister, like her husband, like people who don't usually get a chance. And then it was like Jake Slotin, part of the Chili Bowl, Danny and Dave, two of my best buddies who even I raced against them. Like, I went to the Chili Bowl with them, like, did stuff. Like, Davey gave me a place to stay. Somebody who handed me a water bottle because I was about to pass out. It's anybody, like, it was just, like, it all came together. And, like, everyone's like, oh, yeah. And you're like, well, here's another great racing story. But, yeah, I used to run moonshine through the hills of North Carolina. Like, no, man, like, what if I went to bed early?
Yeah.
Like, what if I'd ate Wheaties and maybe got up and did yoga? Like, paid attention. Like, what if we'd have been, like, that's the part that you can't get over. You can't. It's a great story, but, like, you're sitting there, like, shit, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Sometimes I wake up and I hear Gershner. I'm like,
Gershner.
And, I mean, I love Young Money. Kyle Larson's the man, but I tell you what, if I hear him say Gershner one time, I'll open hand smack him in the mouth. I will. And I just, like, if they'd have gave me a second place trophy that day, I would have Nashville Kyle Bushed it right there.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was hand painted by Sam Bass. I would have smashed that bitch right there. And now anytime someone talks about Bristol or that video comes up, like, I feel like everyone's like, well, what could have been? Like, what, like, and, like, not that it was the greatest thing in 10 grand ain't the most you could win or blah, blah, blah. But it was just like, well, shit, what if you only get one chance in Bristol? Like, what if it's only one time? Like, what if you don't never get to go back? You're sitting here like, and Dave Steele, black and white, end of the day. Gershner took home the trophy, did it, and, like, they were the best ones there. And, like, there's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something, though. It's almost Christmas time. And guess what? If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
But I'm just saying, like, so I sit there, I lose sleep over it, man. I really do.
I know, and I can attest to this. I mean, we'll get, at 2 in the morning, shop night, and we'll be talking about, man, you know what? If I'd had, one more round of wedge, I'd have had him.
Hey, I mean, damn, if my brakes were getting soft.
Yeah, one more round of goat piss, we'd have had him. But every time, it's just, and I'm not saying it in a bad way. It's just, it's the drive.
Well, I've lost a lot more races than I'm ever going to win, and every racer really has. But, like, there's those ones that hurt.
Yeah.
And they sting. And if you did everything you could possibly do, and it gets away, you're like, well, I laid it out there.
Yeah.
No, we was in full.
Left it all on the field.
No, we was in full blown survival mode. Like, I was just like, when the race was over, there was part of me like, well, hey, it could have been worse. like shit. Like, actually, thankful, like, that the people who believed in me, like, Sam Rodriguez, he's made a good living for himself, done a lot of things that, he's got a good life. He didn't have to get down there and sling wrenches and freezing ass. It was cold too, boy. It was cold, rainy, like, kind of gloomy ass day. And, my mom and dad drove 800 miles. The people from Indiana that were giving me a place to stay, half of them, like, that was with us, never left Indiana. Like, Davey didn't have to. He could have put somebody with a lot better attitude in his car. Like, instead, he's like, some homeless kid who sleeps on the couch in his guest house. Like, hey, man, I guess I'll let you drive it. Like, but I mean, Davey's a racer. Me and him have mutual respect about that. But, like, it's just, there's one of those things. Like, you never know when you have an opportunity to do something that you never get to do again. And every now and then they flirt with it. I want to take sprint cars back to Bristol. And I'm like, and I can tell you this. I may be in a rocking chair. I may be pulling a Pookie Rudiment and sitting there watching my kids play baseball, and I ain't cut a lap in 10 years, and I couldn't, dusting 3 inches of, crud off my old open face helmet. But here I am. Like, if pavement sprint cars line back up at Bristol, my crotchety, I'll be there.
Hey, guess what?
With a neck brace, Hans device, halo, lumbar support.
Hey, guess what? You got to deal with him.
Hey, I'm telling you, because we either going to win that one, and I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I might go to sleep on Thursday, okay? I ain't sleeping in no tunnel, too. I'm getting a king-size bed with the late wake up.
At the Ramada.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm sitting there. I'll be ready if we go back to Bristol. But, hey, we tell these stories, and everybody's got them. And that's what bench racing is, right? You sit there and tell about, what might have been, what could have been. And sometimes the more you tell them, the better you got. Like I feel like the more I tell this one, like I'm like, damn, I ain't shit. You know, like goddamn, like I ain't. The more I tell this one, the worse I feel about myself. Like I don't get no faster. I don't get no closer to winning. Sometimes I'm like, you dumbass boy, you shouldn't have been there. Like,
yeah, see, the difference with the Bristol story and the Chili Bowl story is because Chili Bowl,
there was no expectation.
You were no expectation. You're out of your element, right?
Oh hell!
But Bristol, I mean, I thought if they had to come through, asphalt wing sprint cars, they had to come through you.
No, dude, even starting 24th, half the people there were still expecting me to win that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't say that would be an asshole. And whether or not they'll admit it or not, I know the guys on the first and 2 rows, they were checking to see where the 6 was.
Yeah.
And I probably should have been a little better off. But, it's my own dumbass fault. And
yeah.
I ain't mad. Like I said, my favorite part about that whole montage from they did like a little recap is like it shows on the front stretch and you see the 50 or whatever. Like I see my mom bouncing up and down. So we took home the ship.
Yeah.
Hey, and I don't race for championships. I really don't. I'll trade that flag right there for that Bristol trophy right now. Heads up. Gershon, you see me? We could trade heads up, boy.
Yeah.
Or if you want to line up, hey, we can go. I'll catch the heady. Hey, show me up at head. We could do intermission. We could do exhibition race, whatever you want. Because I got some unfinished business there. And that's one of the few things, though, that, you race for pride more than anything, right? So, hey, they want to line back up at Bristol. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be it. Because I'm ready.
Yeah.
I've been ready. And I'm going to be over there listening to Eminem. Throwing up on Mom Spaghetti. It's going to be, we ready.
Till I collapse.
Hey, be rabbit. I'm here.
Yeah.
So, but I hope somebody takes some. I don't even know what you could take from that. I mean, kids stay in school. Huh? Just, do what I say and now as I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my story.
And I'm sticking to it. Hey, Colin Ray.
Yeah. Hey, that's it.
Hey, so we got to wrap it up with that. I mean, that's the Bristol story. I mean, we, like I said earlier in the show a couple of times, we had the Chili Bowl saga. Now we had the Bristol saga, and we've already wrote down some notes here that I'm about to go race the Daytona Dirt World Championships, and I'm going to go there and do a little super heavy digging. And we've already wrote down some notes here
we got some story
for some Daytona
story time's gonna become a regular segment. But I mean, I'm gonna have to sprinkle in a few good ones, like where I won, or where it wasn't necessarily all bad decisions, or
right,
maybe some just racing deals.
The what was the 1985 sprint car? Was that Berlin?
It was 1991 Striker. Yeah, Berlin. Nice. The Berlin story's messed up.
With the one tire? That was 1991. Okay, I'm right here. 1991
Striker. Hey, Doug Coletta drove that to the 1991 USAC Championship.
Striker Berlin. I'm writing it right
there.
No,
we got some good stories. More like
we need to do more story time because this is only the second time we've done a story time, and I know this is going to be a hit because, like I said, we did Chili Bowl.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people disappointed in me. And I mean, my mom lived it. She was there. I mean, she ain't here now, but she was less than thrilled with me.
Yeah,
and it wasn't one of her prouder moments. I raised you better than that.
Right,
and,
right.
And and then when I finished, she's like, well, "You got lucky." You got and I got lucky. I didn't embarrass her, is what she meant.
Yeah,
it was either run what I did, or I was gonna have to deal with her.
Right, right.
And maybe that was the driving force in that whole deal. But, everybody was out of gas. And, it's one of those things where you all band together. And that's what it's about. What I take from Bristol, when every now and then it comes up and I share the picture of us all in Victory Lane, I know that's about 12 tired son of bitches that was ready to leave. We was taking that picture. And after that picture, we was like, we getting the hell out of here.
Yeah.
We ain't stopping at no damn Applebee's either. Hey, we're not going to stop nowhere until we get to Kentucky or Indiana, wherever we was going. I can't remember when we left there, but everybody in that picture, like, it was blood, sweat, tears. They left it, and like, you don't see those things. Like, I got my name on the banner, but like, there should be about 15 people on that banner who saved my ass that day.
Yeah,
because it wasn't me. I just luckily, like, after they put it together, I was able to finish the deal. But like that, and that's what that's what racing is. That's what we do.
Right.
Like, shit. I mean, every Saturday you go out there, it's like, I don't care what it is. If it's the guy doing, whoever's got to fill the cooler at the gas station, like, every piece of that puzzle plays a part in how it rolls out. Because you go to the cooler and there ain't no ice and the drinks are hot and you're in the thrash mode. Like, that's part of the day. So like, mom, grandma, whoever wipes your helmet, does the lap times, right? Like, you're part of that. Like, that's part of the day. It's part of the win, and that's what makes these stories. And hopefully y'all enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I mean, I know y'all did. If y'all didn't, don't ever watch another damn show again, because that right there is straight up bench racing. So
it's racing, son.
That's all it is, baby. It's just racing. So we'll let y'all get out of here. Glad y'all got to see us.
Hey, we ain't got a guess. We can fill up.
Hey, we ain't got a guess, but by God, we got the Benchies.
We got to be. Hey,
we got the Benchies and we got Bristol. That's all we need.
2011 Cobb of the Year.
Exactly.
That was me.
Yeah. Hey, you know who wasn't Cobb of the Year in 2011? Gershner.
I'm like upset. I was like.